Today I fucked up when I, 19 male, missed all the signs that my roommate, 22 female, was interested in me. My roommate moved out this morning. She's immigrating. The two of us have shared an apartment for almost 2 years. I've always been attracted to her, but I didn't want to be that guy who tried to fuck the first female roommate he got, so I did my best to keep our relationship as platonic as possible. However, last night being the last night my roommate and I were gonna be roommates, I decided to tell her that I always thought she was attractive. I also made it clear that I didn't expect anything to happen. I just wanted to get it off my chest so we could laugh about it without worrying that it might be awkward the next day, and the day after that, etc. My roommate playfully punched me on my shoulder and said she gave me so many opportunities. I had no idea what she was talking about, which prompted her to provide the following examples. 1. When we were dancing in the club and the song finished, our faces were so close together, our foreheads were literally touching. But instead of kissing her at that moment, I apparently rolled my eyes to the back of my head and asked if I looked like Storm in X-Men. 2. When she asked me to show her what kind of porn I enjoyed watching, I showed her mine and she volunteered to show me hers. We were sitting on the couch, watching people fuck, and still I did nothing. 3. When I was hospitalized, she said she would be happy to nurse me when I get home, but only if I promised to wear nothing but my hospital gown. 4. When she asked me for a piggyback ride to her room when she was done showering and only wearing a towel. 5. When she confessed to sleeping in one of my shirts because I was away for the weekend and she wanted to feel close to me. I can go on, it was a long list, but this was the top 5 for me. It seems so obvious now, but at the time I was fucking clueless. I think I was too focused on not crossing that line that my brain completely blocked out any signs of sexual chemistry. My roommate and I laughed about it, but deep down I was so angry at myself for losing out on what could have been a more exciting experience because I was unable to connect the dots. TL. Doctor, I was blind to the signs that my roommate was attracted to me, and now that I finally know what I've been missing out on, it's too late to do anything about it because my roommate is moving overseas. When she confessed to sleeping in one of my shirts because I was away for the weekend and she wanted to feel close to me. Yeah, again, you really can't tell. Maybe she's from Canada and she was just being polite. Damn, I thought I'd give you some slack, but at this point I think if she was spread out on the sofa you would just have made a Kamehameha and asked if you looked like Master Roshi. Edit. I'm over 9,000. Fucking Chad, keeping your sexual impulses in check for 2 years to ensure your roommate felt comfortable in her own home. Jesus Christ, ma'am, you did it again, didn't you? You had this talk last night and she left this morning, but you still did nothing, didn't you? Today I fucked up by not ending my Discord call. Obligatory, this did not happen today, but yesterday. It was about 11 p.m. I had finished running some errands and I was home alone, so I wanted to unwind and play some League of Legends, so I sent a message to a guy whom I had added a few days prior after hitting it off and invited him to play some games. He says yes, I add him on Discord, we get on a call and play a couple of games. We lose some, we win some. Fun chats, nice convo, he's a teacher, he recommends me some shows, etc. It gets to 2:30 a.m. Hey man, it's getting late, I have to hit the hay. I have work tomorrow. Yeah, no problem dude. Nice talking to you. Take care, and I close the League of Legends client. Thinking for some reason that our voice call was dependent on it. I then decide to have some me time, and whip out a sex toy I own that makes a lot of noise, as well as put on some loud, adult content on my speakers, as well as making some not safe for work sounds. This goes on for about 20 minutes until I hear, hey man, I'm gonna hang up, okay? Discord sound effect. I froze, mouth open for about 5 minutes thinking about what I had inflicted upon this man. Then blocked him on everything. I hate myself. And #X200B. Too long, did not read. I forgot to close a Discord call and a stranger heard me loudly masturbating for about 20 minutes. This goes on for about 20 minutes until I hear, hey man, I'm gonna hang up, okay? I hate to break this to you, he whipped it out and finishes in less than 20 minutes. You blocking him is probably going to leave him thinking, WTF, he did this on purpose? You shouldn't need to block him. If he's cool he'll laugh about it, and then you'll know he's bro for life material. Maybe he was racing you, and he finished first. If the foo happened at 2:30 a.m., it was today, wasn't it? Well, he could have hung up after you said goodbye to him. Or when he heard first, NSFW, sounds. He did not do that, he was listening all the time for 20 minutes? Think about why someone would do that. And then, when you finished, he said, "I'm gonna hang up now?" There's a reason right there. Today I fucked up by not knowing how to pee properly for 30+ years. Welp, I just found out that I have apparently been peeing incorrectly my whole life. I squeeze my pee out and the stream comes out like a pressure washer. Not because I need to, but just because I'm impatient. Apparently, you're not supposed to do that, and it can cause incontinence and all sorts of problems. Welp, it all makes sense now. I've had urinary urgency issues for most of my adult life. I pee very frequently, day and night, getting up to pee upwards of 6+ times per night. I did AAALL the tests, including seeing a urologist, infection specialist, cystoscopy, ultrasound, diabetes tests, including insipidus, bacterial cultures, yeast, and it all came back normal. I'll be pissed if my power washer piss caused permanent damage to my urinary tract and/or pelvic muscles. Gonna talk to the doctor tomorrow. According to Yale Medicine urologist Dr. Joseph Brito, you shouldn't have to squeeze urine out. A healthy bladder works best when the pelvic floor muscles are somewhat relaxed. You should also not be using your abdominal muscles to force urine out, as you would with a bowel movement. Someone who routinely forces urine out will start developing a stop-start flow pattern because the pelvic floor muscles become confused about what they should be doing when your brain signals for you to urinate. If you already have a tight pelvic floor, this could place even more strain on the muscles and lead to conditions such as pain and urge incontinence. Too long did not read. I've been squeezing, pushing my pee out my whole life, and that can cause incontinence issues. Edit. And ruptured blood vessels and cancer? Guys, you're freaking me out. You shouldn't be forcing any urine or feces out. They should flow like the Shai Hulud through the sands of Arrakis. Freely, without interference. I'm just picturing people manhandling their junk like a tube of go-gurt lol. Yeah. My dad died of bladder cancer. One of the things one of his various doctors said was he was forcing urination and it possibly caused striations in his bladder, which made space for infections, which turned cancerous. WTF? Guess who also pees wrong? I never had any problems though. Thanks for sharing your today I fucked up making it very useful tip to all readers. And a fair warning. I'm positive it'll fix itself because we know this now. Science has determined that it takes the average mammal, 1 kilogram plus, with a full bladder 21 seconds to urinate. I prefer a leisurely pee, often taking at least twice that. But damn, I've heard some fire hoses in my day. Today I fucked up when I shared my ex's number with my mom. The mods removed my original post. But the follow-up you're about to read is an update of this update. Closing square bracket opening parenthesis. My previous posts received a lot of upvotes and awards, which I really appreciate, but please don't feel the need to keep doing that. This is not even my real account. The other day my mom asked me why my ex was no longer visiting our house like she used to. I rolled my eyes because I've answered that question before. I said because she's my ex. She had no reason to come to our house anymore. My mom knew my ex and I had broken up, but she's been unable to let it go. She loved my ex like her own daughter, which made it challenging for her to accept that my relationship had come to an end. I've explained to my mom on more than one occasion that my ex and I were not good for each other and the only solution was separation. I didn't tell my mom that my ex kissed me when she was done sucking another man's dick on the day we broke up. It was none of my mom's business, let alone something any person would want to tell their parent. Since the breakup, I've cut all communication with my ex. However, my mom still had my ex's number and I knew the two of them were low-key communicating. My mom got my ex's number from me long before the breakup. It was one of my mom's rules when it came to my relationships. I always had to provide the contact details of the person I was spending most of my time with. A precaution in case, I dunno, she couldn't get in touch with me or something. I filed it under, Mom being mom, and moved on. I didn't really care that my mom still had my ex's number. There was nothing my ex could tell my mom that wouldn't make both of us look bad. Little did I know that my mom would end up inviting my ex to our house without informing me and expect my ex and I to kiss and make up. Imagine my surprise when I saw my ex sitting in the living room when I walked into the house last night. My mom was quick to grab my arm and show me where to sit. I was fuming. My mom spoke on my ex's behalf and said she came to apologize for what she did. I looked at my mom like, what the fuck are you doing? My mom said my ex confided in her and confessed to all the bad things she did during our relationship, including the post-blowjob breakup kiss. I literally stopped blinking. No parent should know that much about their child. My ex confirmed what my mom was saying and actually apologized. She seemed sincere, but that apology was coming from the same girl who acted completely casual when she decided to use a random guy's penis as an appetizer before putting her tongue in my mouth. I was not emotionally prepared to contribute anything constructive to the conversation, so I asked my mom and my ex if that was all because I would like to leave. My mom asked if I had nothing to share that could help heal my relationship with my ex. I said sharing was kind of my ex's thing, hence the other guy. At that moment, my ex looked at my mom and said I preferred sharing my feelings with strangers on the internet instead of with real people. I said the strangers on the internet were the ones who advised me to get an STD test after she kissed me. My mom was shocked to hear about the STD test. Even though I said I was clean, she got stuck on the fact that I said STD. My ex got up and said she was gonna go before I start using words like sexual assault again. I got up too and asked my mom if we were done. My mom seemed confused and asked how did we get to STDs and sexual assault. My ex said Reddit. He got it all from Reddit. I said technically I got it all from you and the dick you sucked. My mom said she heard enough and asked my ex if she wanted to stay for dinner since the food was done. My ex said yes. Dinner was awkward and tense, but my ex and I managed to pretend we didn't hate each other for my mom's sake. My mom made some of her best dishes, which made it even more obvious that she genuinely expected a positive outcome. As I was shoveling down spaghetti, I came to the conclusion that I might be cursed to fight with my ex until we end up dead, or worse, together again. Fuck that. I don't know the details my ex shared with my mom during their one-on-one conversations, but based on how unusually quiet my mom has been since yesterday, I'm guessing she heard more than she anticipated when I opened my mouth. It's really awkward between us now. TLR, long before breaking up with my ex, I shared her phone number with my mom as an emergency contact. Since the breakup, my mom and my ex stayed in touch with each other and became like mother and daughter. Despite all my efforts to cut communication with my ex, she used her connection with my mom to team up and torment me at my house. Dude. Your mom had no business doing what she did. I'd be pissed off too if my mom did the same thing. I am really sorry you went through that, it sounds like a nightmare. There is no fuck up here. Only your ex fucked up. And by the sounds of it she fucked down. I'm just sorry this happened to you. Hopefully your mother comes to understand the situation from your perspective. My family still follow and talk to my ex too, and I have repeatedly asked them to stop. My nan still asks where my ex is when my current partner is beside me.